Oh no, the screen's black. Hang on one second.
Did I
there
do
it
that?
goes.
We're off to a good start
I turned the
today.
podcast into dark mode.
We were stuck in dark mode. Welcome to the Fort Brewers podcast. My name is John Holzer, and as always, I'm joined by
Birthday boy Jason Hizzy.
Happy
Greg
birthday,
Mungus.
Jason.
Yeah, it's his birthday. I'm Greg Nagel.
And I'm Tim Mather. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was your birthday. I heard Greg say something happy birthday to Jason earlier, and I didn't realize it was your birthday. So happy birthday, Jason.
Woo!
He's 50.
It's New Brew birthday.
He's 50.
Woo!
He's not that old.
Might as well be.
If he's 50, I think I'm 3 years older than you. So, ooh.
Woof.
This week on the show, we have a random assortment of beers. Greg's got a bunch of beers from everywhere. Greg's got a bunch of beers from Everywhere Beer Company. Are they technically Anaheim?
Orange.
Orange? Okay.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
orange, and I've got all IPA on this show. All IPA. And Jason, he's got some goodies that I saw in the store and didn't get. Now I regret not getting them. And Tim,
I got some IPAs from the East Coast.
You got some other halves?
Yeah, I got some other halves, some evils, some other things.
And I have no news to report as of now, as far as the show is concerned. I am buying a house, which I'm pretty stoked about. We were talking about it before the show. I'm buying a house.
John's gonna go full radio host on the recording room. It sounds like.
Yeah, so it's a 5-bedroom house, and one room is specifically for my father, and then the other ones. Right now in my current house, it's a 3-bedroom house, and this room that I'm in is my room, and Yvonne has her room, and then we have our bedroom. So we'll have the same setup plus an extra bedroom. But the room that I'm taking for my studio has a walk-in closet, and I thought about using that as like a sound isolated room within the room. So I could be looking like pandemic type folks recording in their closet, except I don't have any clothes hanging up or anything.
Because tonight I'm drinking in my closet.
Just call it the Christopher Walken.
Oh God.
Yeah, walk-in closet. There you go.
I'll give you a tinfoil hat as your housewarming gift.
The beer cooler at a beer farm in Riverside has a giant Christopher Walken on the door to the walk-in cooler.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. It's a thing.
It's a pretty common thing. I think I've seen it at Monkish too, back in the day. So I'm going to kick off the show with my first beer. This is a beer from Pizza Port. Of course, because it's new, and at least new to me. And I think this is my first time having it on the show anyway. This is called Scenic Loop. And my camera focus, there we go. Scenic Loop. This is an IPA, 7.0% alcohol by volume, made with Strata, Laurel, Cashmere, and Cryo hops. And again, as it's always said on the show, anything from Pizza Port that is new is a must-buy because it's probably going to be great. So that's what I did.
They're the IPA masters of SoCal, man. Just quietly
really
going
are.
about their like blue collar, just throwing hops in, and it's always delicious. Never quality
They're
problems.
blue collar throwing hops in? What?
They're just like, they're not all bougie and shit. They're just like
Okay.
Pizza Port. They're like,
They're just doing their thing.
We got a bunch of fucking hops. Let's put them in this batch and call it Scenic Loop.
You wouldn't call them the working man's beer, would you?
Totally. It's a working man's beer geek beer.
No, I was already going to have a swig of beer for the working man, but I left that one off this show.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I left it in the main fridge.
I'm having me some deep breaths from everywhere. It's a Czech pills. I know. I ordered. I'm like, oh my God, finally made it here. Oh, I could use the deep breaths. So yeah.
Were these provided to you by Everywhere Beer Company? Or
yeah, I gave our friend Ryan Dick a text, and I said I'll be there in 5 minutes. And there was like a flat. I just wanted 4 beers, but they gave me like a flat.
Well, that's nice.
In the Inland Empire, we're still not at that stage where I could just text someone and get, a case of beer, basically.
That requires a good brewery.
I was like, that might be for the best for most of them. Yeah.
I'm like, I was willing to pay for them. I just wanted like just to pop in, and they have like these pop-ups that are happening like Thursday through Sunday. And one of them is this place called Los Crudos Barbecue, and they have like ahi tuna and stuff like that. And it's all fucking so good that I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here and have some beers. It's sort of like the unofficial brewery tasting room where all the brewers from the brewery hang out.
Nice.
And every time I go, there's like at least 5 or 6 dudes that are production crew from the brewery there. And
I mean, it's
a good spot.
practically owned by. They're all ex-brewery, no?
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
They got Sour Jesus, Jeremy Greenkey. They got Sour Keith Pumilia. They got
I got Sour
kind of should have wrote
Bill.
it down. They got Sour Bill,
Sour
they
Johnny,
got Sour Jim.
Sour Pete.
They got our friend Ryan Dick, obviously, who's been around with Radiant as well.
Sour Dick, as they call him.
Sour Testy. But yeah, it's the best crew of dudes, and the beer they make is fantastic. This is in the old Gunwale facility in Orange, and it's always packed every time I go. It's always got a cool vibe happening.
One of the
if you haven't
coolest
been going,
actual tasting room spaces I've been to. Like they put a lot of effort into making it feel like more of a make it feel more like an actual space than just a fucking warehouse with metal chairs and it's the same bullshit,
Yeah, it's very cozy, indoor and out. It's a lovely spot.
Also, I don't remember what food truck it was, but that cheesesteak was fucking top notch.
Oh, Kaya's Kitchen, one of my favorites.
Yeah, when we were there, I actually had a chicken cheesesteak made out of actual chicken, and I told Yvonne, and she got mad at me. And I'm like, it's just one time. Like, why are you so like? She's like, don't tell me when you eat meat. I'm like, oh God.
Bad, John.
It was
it was
great.
worth it too. Yeah,
I mean,
I love Kaya's
if I
Kitchen.
eat meat once a year, is that too big of a deal?
Yes.
I mean, come on.
You're contributing
think
to the
so.
downfall of mankind.
Vegan, please.
Yes,
I say after eating a boatload of chicken tacos last night.
Yum.
John's gonna have the vegan police come take his vegan powers away.
We had some vegan Thai food last night. Thai food, for the most part, is pretty vegan. And I complained that they didn't send like they send this sauce with the oh God, what are those they're deep fried. They got like dough around them. Why can't I think of the name of what they're called? Like in Chinese food terms too. I'm not trying to. No,
cream cheese wontons.
Egg roll.
egg rolls, like
Egg
egg
roll?
roll type things, and
Spring
they
roll.
didn't send enough of that really thick, viscous hot sauce. And I complained about it, and then this morning I realized I shouldn't have complained because I had plenty of hot sauce on my Thai food, and I was feeling it. Like I was up since 4 o'clock, like just hating life. So
Oh,
TMI, but that was my morning.
John's like, I thought I wanted more hot sauce, but now I'm peeing out of my butt all day.
Turns out I'm 43 and my gut can't
handle it.
handle it as well.
oh. And what are you drinking, birthday boy?
I got a Mayberry I've been working on.
Hmm.
Just kind of like a side beer, except for I don't have another glass, so I
It's
gotta
like side
finish it.
boob, but side
Yeah.
beer.
Okay.
There it is.
Not quite the same, but it works.
I do have. I'm gonna drink beers out of order. I do have a Who Garden.
Who?
Oh,
Who?
Jason's also got a
Away
new
from-
camera, so we're
Woo,
experimenting
yeah,
here.
his
Will
camera's
it do something?
Will it light?
No. Looks like there's no dynamic exposure. Maybe a little bit, but
Oh, it
still
tried.
blown out. Yeah, it did try.
Yeah, I was gonna play with it more, but it was getting real fucking annoying. So
good old classic Who Garden there.
Yeah, this Who Garden you have, Jason, it is Who Garden Wit / Blanche.
I mean,
Blanche.
I don't know. It's just
Is
regular
that,
ass
is
Who
that
Garden.
their like new name for
Blanche.
Who Garden?
It says beer Blanche. I mean, doesn't that just mean
It's just
white?
be-
White
it means
beer.
white beer.
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's why I was confused. I don't know.
It's probably just because when he pulled, I assume you pulled the Untapped link, and
Yeah.
that does kind of the full weird funky name sometimes.
It
Oh.
says on the label wit beer, and then there's like a dash, and then beer Blanche. It's like
See,
just in
that's-
English.
Somebody
and
got
French.
overzealous in their naming.
No. But Jason, the label looks different. Like I've never seen the Who Garden label say Blanche on it.
But I mean,
that's just
there's
branding shit. It
Blanche
just
de
is,
Brussels is it's like the white of Brussels. That's the other one. Who makes Blanche de Brussels? When's the last time you had one of those beers? God, that's like the old de facto one, but it's got the statue of the kid peeing on it.
Oh,
Don't remember that one.
I don't know if I've ever had that one, Greg. I don't know
Oh.
if that beer exists, Greg.
He's making it. He's like, I had a dream once.
It's with the X.
There's a statue
It's like
of
Brussels
somebody
with
peeing.
a Blanche.
Is
Oh,
it
I've had it. I've checked into
Bruxelles.
it twice.
Brassier Lef? Wow, how do you say that?
Leffy? No.
Lefebvre? Lefebvre? It's Lefebvre. I've never seen B and V together in a word. Lefebvre.
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 Yeah, and it does. It's got on the label. It's the famous statue in Brussels of the kid peeing. That people fill up their water bottles and they're like, "Hey, I'm drinking pee."
The last time I had that beer was in 2014.
Wow, that's old school beer geek.
That's right. And then in 2011 at Lucky Baldwin's Pub, which is the kind of place I would drink that beer.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds about right.
True. What
Let's
do you got,
see.
Tim?
I'm going mostly East Coast. My Tavor order came in finally. I let that box sit for a long time, and I finally
Tavorder,
got
as
it.
we call it.
Ah, there you go. And it is a lot of hop bombs from the East Coast. So I'm starting out with Sun Drenched. Let's see if I can focus today. Maybe
Sun drenched.
Sun Drenched. This is from Finback, which is out of Queens. And this is they just say it's an IPA, and it is dry hopped with Citra and Simcoe. I've had some Finback before, mostly again ordering through Tavor, just because it's not really highly distributed outside of, I think, the East Coast. But it's
Did we ever get an answer on if we were saying it right?
Which one?
Tavor,
or is it like
or-
Tavor?
I always just call it Tavor.
I thought they did respond to that.
I think it's supposed to be Tavor, like savor.
That's what I said as a joke. Like with
I
a
asked him
Kentucky
once,
accent.
and honestly,
It's
I don't
called
remember. I should probably go back through my DMs and see if they answered.
I vaguely recollect them correcting us on what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, the name started with taste and savor.
Yeah.
Using a British spelling, but they pronounce it more like Tavor.
Devour. Yeah, to devour.
Wait, they have a O with a little fucking hat on it. God damn it! I don't
Like
know
an
how to read this
umlaut
shit.
or a hat?
No,
or
it's like a
umlaut?
little
hat.
little carrot.
Oh god, I don't know what the carrot's supposed to be.
Fuck.
We learned
Anyway.
nothing.
This is pretty solid, juicy, hoppy, bitter. It's nice. It's got that East Coast East Coast sort of slightly hazy, but not quite like calling itself a hazy. As opposed to, like what John's probably drinking is, I'm sure, clear as fuck, whereas like and his is an IPA, whereas my IPA, quote unquote, is kind of orange juicy.
Yeah, I
Looks
think
like a wit beer.
I haven't bought beer from Tavor since I got my iPhone 13 because I didn't download the app again, and I forgot about them.
I back in the day, I purposefully removed the app from my phone just because I was like, oh, this is cool. Oh, it gets you just like microtransactions.
I kind of want to get back into it. Yeah,
John humble bragging about his iPhone. I got a Pixel 7 Pro, guys.
Ooh,
nice.
What?
How do you like it?
Did you put Tavor on it?
I don't have Tavor on it yet.
Let's just call it Tavor, not Tavor anymore.
Tavor.
We're gonna say Tavor.
Devour. Yeah, Pixel 7 Pro. The fingerprint scanner, which is the most annoying part of the 6, is like almost perfect. Which it was perfect in the 5, so still a step back, but it works like 90-ish% of the time.
Just use the face.
So
thing.
That's part of why it works 90% of the time, is that the face like backs it
like
up.
in combination. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be honest, when I upgraded, so I always liked the Pixel phones. They always look cool. I thought like they had some really good features, but I was too deep into like, I didn't want to switch out of the Apple ecosystem, even though I use both like iCloud and Google Drive. So I'm kind of crossing over. Anyway, when I upgraded to the full screen phones and you lost the home button, My biggest thing that I hated was losing the touch security, because I don't turn on the face recognition just because it's kind of weird and obnoxious to me. And
Really?
My little conspiracy theory side is not too. I don't know. I don't like it.
It works very well.
They're
And
selling
Apple's is
all my
actually-
biometrics to the Chinese.
I mean, I know
Apple's is the most like secure and like hard to fool too.
I don't think it's
So-
for me. I don't think it's necessarily even about security. It's just about like, I don't know, something about it rubs me the wrong way. I miss just
Okay.
being able to like thumbprint.
Yeah.
Tim Apple just sitting in a fucking office, cranking his hog, looking at your different fingerprints and your weird face.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Tim Apple.
As if TikTok hasn't already stolen all my biometrics.
No doubt. Yeah.
Going back to my beer from Pizza Port. Again, I've said this before. Their beers tend to kind of meld together. Like when you drink them, you gotta drink them side by side to really break down the nuances. But this one kind of differs from that. It's got a really distinct, like earthy, dank flavor happening with it. The aroma is pretty much again, and this is also crystal clear, West Coast IPA. It's not like a hazy or anything like that. Aroma, it follows. It's got a bit of an asparagus note on it, which to me isn't a flaw in this beer. It's more of like it's giving me that earthiness from the hops. And I really think the cryo hop is playing a big part in that. But still super crushable, like great drinking. You can never go wrong with Pizza Port. And the first beer I drink in my new house is going to be a
Pizza Port.
Swami's, like
And you're
most
gonna
definitely.
Dump it on your MacBook Pro.
No. Oh God. So I actually took
John cracks a beer, sprays it all over, turns it upside down, dumps it on both MacBooks.
He's gonna go full Stone Cold with a Stone Cold.
right.
That's right.
I took
Bring
half,
Swami's for the
I took a
moving
half day
man.
off work just to sign for the delivery. And when I opened the box and I didn't smell beer, I was like elated. It was like,
Yay.
oh. So did we talk about that on the show? How I dumped beer on my MacBook?
I don't think so. No,
I think we just
No, we
did.
just talked about the house. Yeah, I spilled an entire Swami's on my MacBook Pro, my 14-inch MacBook Pro Max. You do the math on how much that costs, and I cried when I did that.
The MacBook Pro's like, oh, that beer's so good.
Yeah.
More, please.
Oh, dead.
It got
Your
alcohol
Mac's
poisoning.
Like, feed me.
But
Speaking
long
of-
story short, I dumped an
Pizza.
entire beer on my MacBook, and Apple, quote unquote, repaired it, which means they basically gave me all new components, and it's like a brand new MacBook. So,
Nice.
yeah, I was happy about that.
Good
But-
job springing for that warranty.
dude. Whoa! It also cost an extra $300 to fix, but I was like, please take my money. Yes, you may have the $300 to fix it, and I got a brand new computer. So,
Well, I'm going to talk about my beer that is now empty. This
so
was
is this
the,
beer from Prost?
from Prost?
No, that's a green cheek glass.
This is-
by
it's
the
No,
way.
this is a
It's
green
every-
cheek.
He has the deep breath.
Oh,
from
that's right.
everywhere.
You're drinking
This is
all
a green
everywhere
cheek.
beers. I'm
This
sorry.
is
I got
everywhere's
confused.
deep breaths. It's their Czech pills. It's got Saaz hops and Pilsner malt. It's a two-way street of just delicious, crushable beer. It's one of those beers that like you don't have to think about it. The hops sort of Saaz, you know what Saaz smells like in a beer, but this is like on the mellow side. It has this like nice sort of lemon lime character, like 7-Uppy.
On a mellow
I've been
side?
rewatching all the Saws before Halloween.
A melicide? Is that what you said, Greg?
No, what?
What
He
did you
said
say?
lemon lime, dumbass.
Lemon
He
lime.
said lemon lime?
It's got this nice
Did you
lemon
say,
lime
did you
side.
say homicide?
I thought he said a melicide.
Did you
or
say
something.
burn your
It's got
house
some
down and kill
melicide
your
to it.
family, Greg? Is that what you said? It's like, no, John. I think
Oh shit!
you're just being haunted by a podcast ghost.
Yeah,
My
everywhere
gosh.
beer
I'm in a
company.
real spooky season. I was watching Child's Play 3 before we got here.
Isn't that a
it's
TV
the,
show now too?
Oh, probably.
I think it is.
Somebody let Greg finish.
Everywhere beer company is the Zodiac Killer, and it's a lovely beer, and it's great that we have a new brewery that sort of spawned off of the brewery. Like Radiant was a spawn of the brewery as well, it's cool to have these little breweries pop up with people who know what the hell they're doing on day one. I love their labels. The beer names are like forgettable for me, but the flavors aren't. So that's a win-win for me.
Do you
And
think
they
the brewery
sponsored-
could carry on being like an incubator kind of brewery?
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, everybody came from BJ's, like Evan Price and like all these
Right.
people who they got their training on BJ's and then opened up their own thing.
So
And
did your
now,
mom.
sort of the brewery is the thing.
Do you
I mean,
think
my
that could
mom did too.
last though, considering because I think the guys that opened or the people that opened everywhere, they were not the last, but they were kind of part of the crew that were, I think, part of like the last of the transition people from when they, sold out to private investors or whatever.
Yeah, they've been there for a while, at least I think 8 years for some of them. I mean, that's a long time in beer
Yeah.
terms.
I just
and,
wonder if they can keep up that.
They said that this
clout.
project was a good 4 years in the planning. This isn't like they didn't all of a sudden just pack up and leave and buy Gunwale and take it over. They were planning on this for a long time for a smooth transition out of their jobs because they literally made all the beer.
I know we talked about the name Gunwale when we did the show at Gunwale, but I really just can't help but picture like a whale with like a mounted machine gun and a guy standing on it in the back, just
You know,
it's like
there's-
sharks
jumping out of
sharks
the water
with laser beams.
It's
oh shit, the gun whale.
There's a you guys. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the crazy people that stand on the corner and sell the different like Republican flags. There's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
one that
In
I've
the
seen.
IE, no.
No, well, yeah, it's
not
true. I
where
see it.
live.
Yeah, sorry.
Go to Redlands, you'll see it.
The best one I've seen is like Rambo, but with Trump's head and holding like two mounted like
Yeah.
60 cals in each hand.
So that's their vision of what they want Trump to be.
But
the
that's what I'm
reality
picturing.
is-
That's what I'm picturing your gun whale though. Like put
Yeah,
a whale's,
exactly.
but like take Rambo, but put a whale's head that like doesn't even look forward. It just looks straight up. With this big
I see what
mouth.
you're saying. Yeah, that would be viable as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
it also
it
seems
seems
like
like from the-
something Dr. Evil would do.
Yeah,
The
no,
whale's
Gunwale
holding
needs
the
to
gun.
make a beer called Sharks with Laser Beams and just
Yeah.
complete the circle.
Guns with
Free idea for you
whales with
guys.
guns on them.
Yeah.
Really fit your brand. Do you want bait ball or sharks with laser beams?
Nice. This IPA from Finback. So I noted that it has like again, in comparison with the West Coast IPAs, they're like more piney, more hoppy, clear. Whereas this, which is considered an IPA, doesn't say hazy or anything on it. Is definitely a little thicker. Looks more like what we would consider hazy. It had citrus aroma, but the flavor leans way harder into hops. It's smoother than West Coast. It doesn't have that like carbonated bite, I think is what I want to say. It's a little bit smoother, but it definitely more heavy on the hop character, less on the citrus sweet. So that was kind of a nice change than what I expected looking at it.
And
Yeah, Finback's got some
semi-related,
good stuff.
isn't a Finback a kind of whale?
It is, yeah.
Imagine if a Finback had two M60 machine guns from the Vietnam era.
Oh, Tim's showing the Finback whale on the label. It looks like a humpback
Oh,
whale.
hold on. There you go.
There's no hump.
Hold on. I got.
Now he's taking out a Sharpie.
Tim's
Mm.
drawing on the
drawing
whale.
on the can.
And I'm doing whale noises.
We're really providing the immersive audio experience of
Keep
Four
in mind,
Brewers.
Tim is like an
I'm not even gonna.
graphic arts
No,
person.
because you said that, I'm not even gonna do it. It's terrible.
Keep in
Nope,
mind,
we're done.
Tim's actually fantastic at
he's an
art.
expert in this field.
And then I'm not gonna even bother because that would just be embarrassing.
Put
a
this on
marine
his resume.
biologist.
Could you add it to your portfolio, Tim?
He
Yeah,
needs
I'll
a
take a picture.
computer to shine.
I mean, same.
So
Yeah.
how's your Who Garden?
Oh, it was pretty
Is
good.
it just
So-
like any other Who Garden?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I've had some struggles with a couple of the bottles in this pack because they were really like kind of this real estery, like that Belgianness was like way high on them, and it was to the point where they were a little bit difficult to
They're
drink.
super Belgian.
And I think I drank
Make a
a
Belgo.
couple out of the bottle though, and it seems like putting it in the glass, letting it air out a little. Whatever that funky flavor I was getting is kind of blown off. Maybe it was kind of a not super sulfury, but just this kind of like estery sort of weird, like not the good side of Belgian yeast.
Were you
that,
pouring the first 90% and then,
doing
shaking
little
it up and
swirl?
dumping it back in?
Nah. There's probably yeasties still in there to this day, man.
That could change, how it's coming off in the glass. If you don't, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
isn't that a AB InBev beer? Like, did
Yeah,
AB
it has been for a
fuck
long
with it?
time.
Yeah, I wonder when that took place.
Like
I think that was a
well
long
before
time
we
ago.
ever tried.
Because they got
it. Yeah.
Leffy Blonde, and they got Hoegaarden, and obviously like the Stella.
Yeah, I remember Dr. Bill talking about when Hoegaarden got bought out, and it was like bitter, very, very bitter. But he was like, you know what, we still buy the beer because it's good.
There you go.
I mean, the people, I think it was the family of the person who created Hoegaarden or whatever. They started that Celis brewery, right, in Austin.
No, I'm not aware of that.
Yeah,
Celis?
yeah. CELIS. The I think it's a person who originally created Hoegaarden was named something Celis, and then they created their own brewery during the
It's called
Boom.
Celis Cellars.
Oh, they're in
Very
Austin.
catchy.
Huh.
Very catchy name.
Look at that.
I'm going to Austin in a couple weeks. Maybe I'll stop in.
Are you? How long?
Just like 5 days.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
What you doing there?
Yeah.
Our friends at Garrison Brothers are flying me out to tour their facility.
Oh, you media snob, you little fancy.
And while I'm there,
perks.
I'm like, they only wanted 2 days. I'm like, I'm gonna like hang out till the weekend and like check out Austin.
Garrison Brothers.
Mr.
I'm not-
Garrison Brothers. It's one of those like really good Texas whiskey brands that's doing cool stuff. It's not in
Oreo.
Austin per se. Sort of
get
out.
yourself some real good Texas whiskey.
You can buy a $250 bottle of Garrison Brothers these days.
Apparently, they were the first legal Texas whiskey distillery. Kyle from
Really?
the chat should be able to enlighten
I thought
us-
Balcones
enlighten
was,
us on
but-
this. It's what it
Yeah.
says on their thing. They're on Google anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Kyle from the chat actually works for was it Crowded Barrel Distillery? It's having fun out there distilling Oreo cookies.
He's done some YouTube like hype videos, like can you make a whiskey out of Oreo cookies or some shit too. Which
Kyle's
is fun to see.
surpassing us in popularity.
He really is at this point, yes, and we're getting no credit for it too. So
remember
fun.
us, remember us, Kyle, on your way to the top.
Mhm.
Well, he's doing new shit, and we're doing the same old crap.
Wow.
Wow.
Fucked up if true.
Speaking of moving on.
Wow.
I'm staying in New York. I gotta let me get a.
I love those bar stools.
Okay.
It's a
This-
cat at the bar, like in the beer line.
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
get
and you
a
And it's just let me get a
Waiting to order. This is a
McDonald's joke.
This is a double IPA, double dry hopped with Citra Belma, which I've never heard of, and Simcoe from Evil Twin. So keeping it in New York.
New York.
Evil Twin's still a thing. Wow.
Also in
West
Queens,
Side
same
Tie
as
Die,
Finback.
motherfucker. Death Row IPA. Keeping it West Coast.
We got an East Coast, West Coast thing going on now.
There you go.
That'd be a fun show, dude. Do
That's a
blind
good idea,
showdown.
Greg. East
Yeah.
Coast versus West Coast. Yeah. I
I
saw
don't know
that.
if you guys saw this is actually fucking Death Row Records West
Yep.
Coast IPA.
The legit one.
Who's it? So,
From Second Chance Brewery in San
Well, I
Diego.
think it's according to the
Beer
Untapped
Thug, right?
dealie, it's a Beer Thug beer. I think he just
It is
brewed
a-
it.
Yeah, he had to
It is a
license it.
collaboration with Hip Hop Craft and Beer Thug Life.
I wonder if
cool.
Snoop was involved in this because doesn't he technically own Death Row now?
I
Shit,
believe
man.
so.
I don't even
Shrug.
know.
I know. I'm pretty sure he owns Death because Snoop is back on Death Row Records, so I think he owns a label now. Yeah, I did see that beer at La Bodega, but I did not buy it. I don't know why. I saw because I looked for the brewery and I saw Second Chance, and there's nothing wrong with it. They make great beer. But I was
Thug
just
Life.
like,
That's my comment.
I was like, I'll pass for now.
I'm cracking open a everyone from everywhere. That's a Kolsch style ale.
God damn it.
I didn't make it up, man. I'm just
I'm
here
drinking
to.
everyone from everywhere now, and it's
And they actually offer Kolsch service at their counter.
So
Well,
tell
you
us
should have to pay
exactly what
extra for that.
Kolsch service is, Greg.
Kolsch service from somebody who's been to Cologne, Germany. You basically go to
Humble
a
brag.
brewery and you sit down. They go, how many beers do you want? And they'll give you a coaster. Each person has their own coaster, and they'll tick off how many beers you get. Essentially, when your beer's almost down to the bottom, they'll just automatically bring one and set it down and put a little tick on your coaster. And they're all in these 7-ish ounce Stange glasses that are you can gulp it in one.
It's basically a glorified shot glass. Like it's a shot
Yeah.
glass for Americans.
It's
like you could buy that exact glass with like little like novelty labels printed on the
Like
side.
Hard
It's
Rock
just
Hotel on it.
It's like partying hard. Uh-oh, I'm fucking
by-
dead or whatever. Like
By
all,
beer
all joking aside, it's a great glass to drink beer out of because you
Mhm.
feel like in your head it's like, oh, I just got another beer, and so you drink it, and you're not paying attention to how much you're drinking because it's technically half a beer as
Dude.
far as like size goes, but you can drink more without drinking more. You know what I mean?
you
think you're
feel
drinking more,
you
but
don't
you're
feel
not.
full for whatever reason. I think what's cool about the glass is it makes the beer look super sexy. It's like
Mhm.
sort of like magnifies the bubbles as they go up. The other thing is
I agree.
the size of the glass. When you get down to the bottom, your beer is still cold, and you're just getting a fresh cold beer to top it off. So you're essentially never drinking warm beer. It's such a beautiful beer service.
By beer service, you're saying basically you're just prepaying for X number of beers.
No, you don't prepay for shit.
Well, not
they just
prepay,
keep
but-
delivering them, and then you
See, when
pay
I
cash
ordered-
at the end.
Yeah.
at the bar I was at, I ordered the Kolsch beer service, and a man with very strong hands came out.
Oh no.
And
Nice.
he was stern but gentle.
I wish I knew how to do some kind of a what I guess Kolsch is a German beer style. Greg,
Yes.
let's do a I don't know a retelling of Jason's story.
Oh, okay. So Kolsch is a beer that's an
No,
appellation of-
using the
what?
accent and like you're never
Oh
mind.
fuck yeah, I don't understand.
Provide Kolsch service to Jason.
When you order the Kolsch service,
fine.
we give you the white knuckler. And you get the white knuckle from Hans.
That kind of fell apart. Never mind.
Yeah,
I've got a white knuckler here for you.
I am here to bring the white knuckle service. I don't know. I am.
Ich habe Bauchschmerzen. No, I think it's cool that breweries are doing Kolsch service. Green Cheek obviously does it as well, where they have the actual beer wreath holder thing called a
The-
beer krantz that they walk around and serve.
I agree.
Fucking
I think it's
Milko
cool.
pours are a big thing right now too, right?
Yeah, the Czech thing is cool.
Wait,
I
is
like
that
the
the-
European.
Is that the giant head?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
it's just, they
so
have the side faucet.
So
and they
a
can pour
man
full
with
glass
very
foam.
strong hands comes.
I just saw a video of your people at Everywhere do it in the mustache challenge or whatever, where they
Oh,
had
yeah.
all their crew drink one of those Milko whatever and see who got the best mustache.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Notch Brewery is the first brewery on social media that I saw doing that on a regular basis. It's basically a style of there's 3 different types. One's like basically a regular pour with an extra bit of head on it. One's half
The
liquid.
Ladinka is the regular one, and if
Okay.
you watch, so there's a way of pouring it. So the Ladinka pour is where they pour a little bit of foam in the glass, so it's got like an inch of foam in, and then they stick the faucet all the way to the bottom of the glass and fully open it, so the beer that's coming out
Kinda
is
pushes up
fully
the foam.
protected. Yeah, fully protected under that foam layer. And the other one is a crisp pour where they just go balls out and just pour it, and then they top it off with a little bit of foam. And then there's the mliko or whatever. There's the milk pour, which is just a full glass of foam. And
Yeah, it's got like an inch of beer at the bottom. Like,
yeah, and it'll settle out as it,
Why?
as beer does.
I just maybe I got to try it, but I don't know. It just seems
It's
like
generally a couple euros too, so it's not like it's not super expensive. So
Well,
Because
I
you're
would
not
hope
getting
so,
any
'cause-
beer.
yeah. I know a few
Bringing
people
tons of
locally,
beer.
like Bottle Logic does it here, and they have a really good beer called C4 that they're doing it with. Highly recommend.
Okay.
I haven't actually had the and I know it's not actually pronounced Milko. It's just Americans being dumb, but I've never actually had that pour. I should do it one of these days. Seems like the kind of shit I'd be into.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm willing to try it.
It's
but
fun.
I just don't understand, like, because apparently the head is, it's sweeter, like it's like a digestif or whatever. Like it's something you would drink at the end of the night, not just kind of top off the night because you're not really drinking any alcohol. You're just enjoying the sweet foamy head of a beer. I don't get that.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
actually think that the breweries are doing a better job of the Czech pouring than they are of the Kolsch service. The Kolsch service still is nothing like it is. Like the beer is way more carbonated here than it is there. It's like,
Mhm.
it's more filling here. Like this one from everywhere. I mean, it's a good Kolsch. It's got some graininess to it. I
The-
just don't see myself drinking a lot of it though. Like
The
the Kolsch in
Germans have-
Germany, you're just pounding them down. It's great.
They've refined the art of maximizing quantity drinking. They're
Yeah.
like, we found that if we lower the carbonation by 2%, that it makes it able to drink 40% more
Exactly. And eating on top of it.
before getting the beer shits.
Dude, even my 15-year-old
John, does that remind
daughter-
you of your morning?
Kind
Oh,
of.
man,
Yeah.
4:00 in the morning, the hot sauce
Kinda.
shits. Even Daisy had 4 Kolsches and she was totally fine. And that tells you more about a beer style than anything. Than a 15-year-old first time beer experience having a bunch of Kolsch, and she was like, "This is great. It's refreshing, and I could have had another." I was like, "Beautiful."
You just send her down a dark path.
It's the joy
yeah.
of the joy of European living.
Like,
I
Dad,
guess.
can I get a shelf in my room for my cellar? And it's like, no.
What have I done?
Yeah. And then I let her try Kolsch's from around here, and she's like, "Oh, that's not good." I was like,
Dad, what's a proxy? What does that mean?
"Do you think Grandma will stand in line for us?"
I've heard grand mules are a thing.
Oh God, so good.
So anyway,
Going back to my beer.
what are you on? Are you still on your? Did you finish your loop yet?
I did.
Okay,
I
so
moved on to
what's-
another beer.
Yeah. What is it?
This is Camp Nelson
It's
from Kern.
Oh,
River.
cool.
oh hey, there they are.
I
I've been
think
camping
Jason
up in
Jason
Kern
had
River.
this beer. Maybe it sounds vaguely familiar.
I
don't
had
know.
a Kern. I had one called River Rookie recently, but I don't think I had that Camp Nelson one.
It looked new to me, so I bought it. And I have been reluctant to buy Kern River canned beer because it's always been kind of diacetally. But I took a shot and bought this one, and I am not disappointed. This beer is really fucking good. It's super, super bitter, super crisp. Like I can still feel it on my lips. Nice residual sweetness on it. Very dank nose, earthy nose. Not a whole lot of fruit character. It's just like a classic West Coast like IPA, and I think this is 7%.
How Nelson-y is it?
Because your boy loves a Nelson hop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's very thick with like the dankness on the Nelson, I would say.
Thick. How many
Um,
C's on the thick?
A couple.
Thick and
Maybe 3.
dank.
Three
yeah.
3 C's on the thick.
It's
Yeah.
very well done. Again, I feel safe buying their IPA out of cans once again, because the last time I bought Nelson in a can was, or not Nelson, but is it Nelson they make? No, it's not.
Is it Major Nelson?
No.
Major Tom?
What's their Jesus Christ? What's wrong with me?
Getting old, John.
John, something's
Yeah, I
wrong,
know.
dude. Your brain is just off.
The
to
last time
ginkgo.
I had a Kern River beer in a can, it was a diacetyl bomb. So that's not this.
That's been a
Yeah,
long
they
time.
dialed that in. Yeah, it was like their first maybe 6 or 9 months of canning runs. They were having some dodgy shit, but
Some hop
they
creep.
they dialed it in. Yeah.
Hop creep.
Citra. That's what I'm thinking of. Citra from Kern River. So,
Oh yeah, that beer. Come on.
but last time I had it out of a can, it was not good. So,
And well, what's funny is how it's easy to overlook now how revolutionary just the fucking Citra hop was.
yeah,
It was
right?
like every beer that had Citra in it. Like there was a time, like probably 12 years ago now, that it was like a single hop Citra Pale Ale and a single hop Citra Double IPA were considered two of the best examples of that style, period.
Totally.
And it was just because people were like, holy fuck, hops can taste like this. I'm used to them being all piney and resinous and dank. And it's very normal now. And those beers are even, I would say a lot of people would say they're pretty unremarkable compared to modern IPAs. But it's an interesting view of how quickly the IPA field has advanced.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with how hop growers are engineering their hops and coming up with new styles and just focusing on what people, especially brewers want to use in beer and what beer drinkers want to experience with their IPAs, which is really cool because I think maybe for at least when we got involved in beer, like you said, Jason, Citra hops were like the new hotness, and thinking of hops to compare them to now, they are very subtle, very mellow. They're still, Citra hops are great, but they're nothing like modern hops that we have now. So it's cool that they kind of pushed hop evolution like that.
And I wish we had, somebody with probably deeper hop knowledge, but I'm really trying to think of the older generation of hops pre-Citra, how many of them were actually citrusy? I think that's why the hop got the name, right? But I'm like, was that older gen? None of it really was citrusy at all. And that was just kind of a new flavor to get in IPA.
I mean, if you there's some of those beers are still being made, like Blind Pig and Pliny, and they're more.
But they've also
on
evolved with their hops,
Yeah, I mean, Blind
local
Pig
taste.
didn't stray too far, but I mean, the hops that they're picking for that beer are so much better that the beer has evolved over the years.
Just kind of inherently, it's evolved.
Yeah, it's
because
gotten
the hops
better
got
as the hops
Yeah.
go. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Jason, you set up a really great segue. Thank you. I'm just going to go for my another beer. All Citra Everything.
So this is from Other Half.
Which is
There's
the
a-
name of the brewery was out of
There's a
focus on the
black
camera,
bagel
but I
on
could
the top
tell.
of the can because it's every hop all at once.
yeah. So
Every
this is
hop in your mouth
Everything,
all at once.
everyone, everywhere beer show today.
exactly. So this is from
Nice.
Other Half. It's all Citra Everything, which lines up perfectly with your discussion about Citra, which is awesome. It is a double dry hopped Imperial IPA.
Man, you're gonna get drunk over there, buddy.
Oh, I'm not gonna finish these.
I'm
but-
about halfway through my my Death Row 30th anniversary. So the Beer Thug Life people have done this more than once, and the one they did with Boomtown was Citra, Simcoe, and Vic's Secret. So tying it all into Citra. But this Second Chance one doesn't have any info on Untapped. It actually doesn't have that many check-ins either. But it is a solid ass West Coast IPA. Got a nice bitterness, a nice hop flavor. I am getting there's especially up at the front, there's a little hint of the D.
Oh, no.
They maybe put a little bit of the D in Death Row, but it seems to have mellowed out. And it after the first drink or two, it went away. So maybe it was something else that was just kind of tasting funky. But it's a solid ass beer.
It's got the DO double diacetyl.
That's right.
Dodd.
Guys want popcorn in your
man.
beer for shizzle. Hey, you guys, it's a toast to 12 years from Untapped. Apparently their anniversary is mine too.
Oh, there you go. You were
That's
born 12 years ago.
I was actually just looking at somebody's static popped.
Wow,
Is that
Greg.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was you. I don't know what
Yeah,
that
it
was.
was-
Dude, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
USB, man. That's not me.
I saw
Wow.
Greg. I was just gonna say real quick. So I don't Facebook much anymore, but I do like their memories. See what
Me
was
too.
happening years ago. So I was just looking at that, and it was like 12 years ago. Just launched a new project with my friend. Check out Untapped if you like beer and social.
That's awesome.
That's wild. I didn't even realize that was today.
I've been watching on YouTube. Untapped has a new show where some dude sort of does brewery tours.
Actually really good.
It's done so. I'm like inspired by it. I want to do stuff like that.
Like 2 years ago, I think they acquired a media outlet called Hop Culture, which I think they had like
Cool.
magazines and events and stuff, and so they really leaned in on that.
It's
which
really
is
well
cool.
done. Like the format.
Nice.
But yeah, I opened a hoppy beer myself. It is a West Coast everywhere beer called Awareness. Just raising awareness of this
That
beer.
looks like a
Awareness.
John Lennon drawing that would sell
It's
for
super-
$2.8
John Lennon with a
million.
mustache. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's
also,
what is it?
Kim-
It's Pilsner malt, Citra, Mosaic, and Strata.
can we comment that Greg's mic is now sponsored by Everywhere Beer Company?
I was just theming it for the show. I'm gonna put beer stickers on my
That's
mic
like, are you gonna get a new sticker every episode? That'd
every
be great.
episode.
And his mic
Yep.
arm is no longer sponsored by Road.
Yeah,
It's
and then
sponsored by-
it's gonna
by
go
beer.
Garrison Brothers, and then. what
But the
other
real
stickers I
question
have?
is, are you going to take them off? Or are you just going to pile them all on?
I'm just gonna keep them going. That's part of the fun of the show.
I like that. I think
Gonna
that's a
be
good
your
idea.
mic
gonna
arm's
have
gonna
some
be
patina.
8 inches fucking thick.
It's like, oh,
vital.
We can't
stickers.
see Greg behind all the stickers. Was that a West Coast IPA?
it is. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
West Coasty, and it's only 6.4. A lot of their hoppy beers are sub 7, which I kind of like.
Yeah, I think we had a whole thing about how like somewhere below like 6.5 is usually where.
Oh man,
It's
beer
nice to
smells so
stay.
good
A 6 to 7% IPA is fucking perfect.
all
Mm.
day. Like hoppy pale ale too. I'm like all about it. I had one from Other Half at Windsor Browns yesterday. It was like a hazy pale ale. It was goddamn delicious.
And what sandwich did you have?
Oh, it was it was a fiery one. It was like with habanero stuff.
Okay, I know you can't go there
I took
without
the
having a
fam.
sandwich.
Oh my god, dude. The sandwiches there are incredible. Anytime you go to Disneyland, you gotta stop in.
Our timing is always like totally not appropriate for being able to go do that. But if we make it down there on a day when it does pan out, then I'd have to. Yeah.
Yeah, just
I don't-
pop in, get a bite.
I don't go to Disneyland, but I do make a grilled cheese sandwich recipe that I got from the Disney World website.
Do you do it in mayo?
There's some mayo on the outside. You make like a
Yeah.
mayo garlic spread for the outside,
It's like
and
aioli.
then you make like a cream cheese cheddar mix that's blended that goes in the middle, along with a couple slices of cheese. It's real good. Disneyland really put together a good grilled cheese.
Sounds
Or
good to me.
Disney World, sorry. And I've never been there, and I probably never will. I have no desire to go to Florida.
No desire.
Same.
Fuck Florida. It's like
I live a
worse
light
California.
away from Disneyland. Like, no need to go to Florida.
Bitch ass worse California.
Wanna
if
be
you're
California.
if you're in Florida and you listen to this show, you're cool.
Yeah, nothing against the listeners of our show in Florida, but everyone else can eat a dick.
Whew. This is a hoppy beer, you guys.
That seems surprising.
How
coming from you.
hoppy is it?
It's up there.
Well,
It's
let's-
dank out of 10, dude. It's that. I mean, Strata is one of my favorite hops in the world. Anytime you can blend that with, I think Mosaic, Citra, and like Strata.
Has
It's
anybody
like-
made a
Greg
made a
Nip.
beer called Eric Estrada?
I was just gonna say that.
No shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just thinking.
Both just thinking about chips.
Is he still alive? Eric
I think so.
Estrada?
Yeah, he totally is.
Just, you don't see him around.
So
Good old punch.
that's got to be a kick in the face after the like lighter Kolsch or the Kolsch.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Pilsner.
It's the best way to go through your flight is to throw a hop in there, it's just one of those beers.
Nice.
And I love that light Pilsner backbone too. Anytime you can there's no two row to be seen.
yeah,
It's just very light, The beer's it just puts the hops on a pedestal, and it's delicious.
Nice. This other half, it's clocking in at 8.5 because it's an Imperial, but it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot smoother than some of the others that or the other two. Like it's obviously being higher alcohol, it's got more sweetness to it, but it's a little more pale. I picture this looking kind of similar to what the Hoo Garden looked like that Jason had earlier.
It does. It does look like it's very light and pillowy looking, like very hazy.
Yeah, this one's actually really solid. I like this one a lot.
Well, I'm going to move on to my next beer. Speaking of 8.5% alcohol by volume,
Woo!
This I don't have a lot of beers from this brewery. This is from Common Space, and this is their Random and Dangerous. It's 8.5% alcohol by volume, and according to Untapped, it's made with Amarillo, Simcoe, Centennial, and Bravo hops. Pretty
Bravo.
straightforward double IPA. Made with raw pale malt, Vireman Vienna, and Vireman Carafoam. And
All
they even
expensive
list
shit.
the yeast is a California Ale BSI 1. Who is BSI? I don't know.
It's the body
will
scale index.
There you go. This beer is about 3. This was canned on 7/26, so coming up on 3 months old.
Oh.
Which I've learned that if you make a pretty decent, higher alcohol IPA, you can get away with buying a 2-month-old IPA, and it'll still be fine. And this is basically that. Coming down off of the Camp Nelson from Kern River, this is way more subtle, not nearly as bitter, smoother, a little more sweetness on the back end. Even though it's got more alcohol, it seems like it's easier to drink, like it's more enjoyable. Not that I'm against like super bitter beers, like I love them, but it's a nice contrast to the Kern River Camp Nelson. So
When you were listing ingredients there, I forgot to follow up on if anybody had heard of Belma hops.
Ever.
I have, but they're one of those ones that, like, I feel like I Men in Black my brain every time I have a beer with them. I'm like, Belma, that's a weird one, and then just
Belma.
Tim's got to tell us what Belma tastes like now.
Aromas range including fruits, including melon, tropical fruits, and unique strawberry.
Just a page that says Belma D's nuts.
Let's see. Moderate alpha acid levels between 8 to 12%. I'm looking at it on a Yakima Valley Hops website. It's from Washington State. Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about these. It's sweet fruit, berry, and currant citrus. That's all
right,
really got.
But I mean, in a hazy though, are you really picking up on those, or is it like the schmear of? It's just a fruity, tropical sort of style beer.
Yeah. I need a class from probably one of you as to literally picking out hops, but for the most part, it doesn't. I can't get anything specific, and that was out of the last one. I had the Evil Twin.
Your first lesson is the last one tastes like Citra. That was free.
Yes. What was that?
I said that lesson was free, Tim.
That was a free lesson.
Thank you. Perfect.
The all Citra all the time. That hop tastes like Citra.
Yeah, which I do know Citra. I like that.
Citra.
I had enough Citra in my day.
I mean, again, depending on where the hops were, when they were picked, different lots, Citra can be good or bad in my opinion. I've had it good and bad. Mostly good these days.
It feels like the overall quality of hops is also just getting better.
Oh, totally. I think
like Mosaic isn't nearly as hit or miss as it used to be. It's pretty hit and hit these days.
I mean, it seems like a lot of the shitty hops go to Europe now, where Joe, like there's the craft brewers in like Germany that I had an IPA that was just garlic onion, and I'm like, that shouldn't be happening. It's gross.
Wait, you had a garlic onion IPA?
I mean, it was like a Citra, like not good.
But what do you
10
mean
years
it
ago,
tastes
our
like
beers
garlic?
were
There
like
are
that?
2 pounds of Mosaic hops per barrel.
Das ist Knoblauch. Ist nicht gut.
Our German Patreon subscribers fucking unsubscribe now.
Serious.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gone.
John, do you have another beer or what? What
No,
are you on?
like I
I'm
said,
on
I
3
opened
still.
that common space.
Oh, that's right.
Random
talk-
and
My
Dangerous.
brain is gone.
But going back to the who had the beer with well, that was my beer. With the BSI use.
Oh my God.
Shut up. BSI
First show,
is
fourth show, man.
the Brewing Science Institute, and they're located in the scenic in the scenic
In the scenic fuck?
in the scenic foothills of Pikes Peak. And I thought, well, where's Pikes Peak? And Pikes Peak is
Colorado.
in Woodland Park, Colorado.
Woodland creatures.
I've
My
watched
favorite
enough.
was BSI Miami.
I don't
Dear
know.
Lord.
Honestly, it doesn't matter how good or bad the joke is. If Jason says it, like it's just an automatic laugh because he just
Thanks,
nails
man.
the
I
delivery.
appreciate it. Wow, that was the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I'm gonna take that as a birthday present.
Yeah.
I gotta buy a Merlin bell for the show. Like
Yeah?
it's a the desk bell that you hit at like a motel or something. It's a whole
Ding.
thing. It's a
right.
backstory, but I'm gonna. It's like it when you win it, like making a good joke or something like that. You ring the bell.
You would be one of like 3 other podcasts that my wife listens to that already has one.
You know, and I heard Merlin Man talk about this, and he's like, it's okay if people like bite my style. It's fine because everyone should buy a bell. They cost $10 and they add so much. Oh, Merlin Man, you wouldn't know who he is. He's an Apple guy that
Yeah, I know he is.
tells jokes and stuff. He's
Right.
he's a lot. He's a lot. Like,
Hey,
Yeah,
you know
hey-
the What Makes This Song Stink guy started a podcast.
oh really?
Oh, I
Yeah,
like
3
the guy,
hours
yeah.
long.
Oh shit!
No, they're like an hour.
Do people eat at Boston
Okay.
Market?
I was curious how long Greg could hold his can in front of the camera.
Well, I was reading the label. I can actually read it
Oh, there
from
you go. That
on my
distance.
camera.
All right,
But
Greg.
if
What are you
if I
opening
hold it-
now?
This is a beer that I got from Chapman Crafted when I was texting everywhere. I'm like, hey, do you guys got any beer?
Cool.
This beer, I did not know how to pronounce the names because I ordered a.
Hemispheres.
Can I get a he? Yeah.
Oh, come on,
A
really?
him?
Hemi.
Hims?
Can I get a
Hemis-
hemi beer?
Can I get a hemis?
Hemispheres.
It's hemispheres.
Can
like
I get a penis
hemispheres.
beers? A penis
It's like
beers?
hemispheres, but hemispheres.
It's a
What's
collab
wrong
with the
with you,
Beechwood
Greg?
Brewing and the Chapman Crafted beer. I don't know.
Is it
I'm
like
just
a
being silly.
north and
Yeah, exactly. So
South-
it is a dry hop pilsner with Northern Hemisphere
It's-
German Pils malt and Southern Hemisphere Nelson
There
Sauvin.
you go. What's
and
wrong with you, Greg?
Nectaron.
That's
And
an
notes of tropical,
obviously
grassy.
awesome name for that beer.
I like
Hemispheres.
Chapman.
Hemisphere.
I went to their tap room. I've only been there once, but it was really cool. Like super chill on a weekday tap room. Played some Battleship and had some beers.
even on a Saturday night.
Like the board game Battleship?
What else would I play? Like
I was
actually
watching
out
some
in the ocean
Dodgers.
with my real Battleship.
I don't know.
There was a Dodgers game happening when they're not scoring.
Oh, that was so fucking sad. How are the Dodgers the number
Nope,
one
don't-
team?
Don't start.
Oh my
It's
god!
because it's because the refs were fucking cheating in San Diego.
No,
The
no.
refs, they're called
Sorry,
umpires,
umps.
I think.
Yeah, I
I don't
remember
even.
umps.
I don't even.
They were
watch
banging
that
on a
game.
trash can.
No, that's for the trash throws.
I'll give San Diego their
No,
joy.
you will
I'm-
not
I'm-
give them
I'm gonna-
anything.
I'll let them have it. But
To
Todd,
be
it's
it's
fair,
just like
when's the last time their team won anything? Like the 90s?
Dude,
They
Tony
haven't-
Gwynn.
There's
the
a reason they still got a
$3.94 pale
beer
ale.
about that one guy. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, we had one good player. And
Back
then
then.
Bobby Bonilla. No, he was
No.
from New York.
Yeah, don't even get me started.
Dodgers
We're
were at like over
About
100
Bobby
wins.
Bonilla?
111
God.
franchise
100 oh.
franchise record.
I was paying attention. I'm not wearing this hat because I'm a poser. I was actually paying attention to sports this year, and it was when they lost the playoffs to the fucking Padres. I was just like,
Well,
"What?"
Oh,
They
that
mean-
was why I saw like a meme and it was like the Padre that looks like very derpy. And it was just like, me think, why do 111 wins when 91 wins good enough?
exactly. Fuck it.
No, I immediately got a piece of paper, put a red fancy P on it and slapped it over my Dodgers logo on my hat.
Honestly, like I'm not a huge like
By the way,
sports
that
fan
was
at
for the
all.
Phillies because I want them to beat.
I was gonna say, what is a
Padres.
poser? You're a
I have
poser?
a
No.
Phillies hat right over there. You
Put it
can't-
fucking
maybe you can
on.
see it
Put it on.
right now.
We need
I'll
them
put
to
it on
win
right now.
The Padres need to go away. Sorry, this turned into sports talk.
John is the fucking Philly fanatic now. He comes back out in a full.
I'm
green
not a
suit.
baseball guy at all. Like,
I don't follow sports at all.
Oh, now his hat's all over.
It's the wrong
Now you
hat.
Now you
John
have no
doesn't even
hat.
have a hat.
oh my god,
Who is
John.
this? What
no
happened?
cap. No cap.
John
No cap.
For
It's
real,
no
for
cap,
real.
John.
No cap, John.
So I bought a green Phillies hat, but I also bought a green Dodgers hat.
Oh,
So
on God.
the Phillies
on
hat's in the
God.
closet, unfortunately. So
Anyway,
cap.
Dodgers it is.
back to what's going on.
I was just gonna say, like I have no problem with the Padres, and I'll buy a fucking Padres hat and wear that hat and hope they win
Padres are dope.
World Series. Fuck it, I don't care.
No, John, if you put on a Padres hat, I resign.
Tim will quit the show.
Oh shit. The line must be drawn here.
Well,
Sports,
There's
man.
There's only one hat with a P on it. You better be wearing.
I do have a Phillies hat though. I do because my grandma's from.
I think the
Philadelphia.
Padres hat just has a SD on it.
Yeah, and it's
I've-
ugly as fuck. It looks
I
like
lived
a
in
UPS
San
driver.
Diego, so I could wear
It does look like a UPS driver, actually. That's
All
true.
right. Maybe we should.
What if I got a white and blue Padres hat? Would that
Okay,
work?
that's fine.
Okay.
We should go to the
I gotta
Vatican
go on
and
record,
get an
I don't-
actual, like a Padre hat,
Yeah.
like an actual, like
There you go.
religious
Hey,
Padre.
real talk,
There you
I
go.
don't like that they sell baseball team hats in alternate colors.
Yeah,
Why?
it bugs me, but
if
I have
your
a black
team's got
on black.
ugly colors, fucking commit. If you like the team, then you buy the ugly colors.
I like
Otherwise,
having options. I really do.
fuck that. Your option is support the team, buy their ugly colors. If you're gonna commit, if you want to support a team that's got a cooler logo, then I guess you got to go to another city.
I see what you're saying, but I also like the option to have different colors, like as far
Yeah,
as
you
like
know who else did
personal
Fred
style. What's that?
Fred
You know who
Durst.
else did Fred Durst with
He
his
did it
red
all
New
for the
York
cookie.
Yankees hat?
It's okay. It's fine.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't fine.
Worked
man.
out well
Did you
for
ever hear
him.
that song? You could stick it up your John.
Stick it up her. Yeah.
This is how you learn.
Hmm.
It's for all the biscuit heads out there.
I still like Fred Durst.
That
Fuck
was
it.
that was me.
He's a good guy.
That was me
Making
back
his
in the
money.
day.
Hey, I got some Bride of Dankenstein in this bitch.
Oh,
What?
that logo.
That's amazing.
That's pretty good. The logo,
Mason
I mean.
Aleworks.
But the
Mason?
beer also pretty good. Yeah, Mason Aleworks, pretty consistent heavy hitter. We technically like didn't have Mason Aleworks on the show, but we had like the precursor, right?
Well, we went to Mason.
Well, we went-
Ish,
No, we
right?
did the Urge Gastropub thing, right?
Yeah,
then they
Grant
were
Tonro.
starting
Okay,
Mason
yeah.
Aleworks, but they hadn't started the brewery yet, I don't think.
Yeah,
Or
and
they
now,
didn't have a open facility or something like that.
yeah, they were run out of the Oceanside, which is no longer there. But now Mason is made out of taps in Tustin.
Oh, they're full contract.
No, they sort of like joined forces. Like Grant runs taps now, and they make all of the Mason shit and taps stuff out of.
Oh, huh.
So look at
okay.
the beer. See if it says where it's made. Is it made in Tustin?
Yeah, it's a good question.
I'm curious myself.
It says San Marcos on this one.
Oh, okay.
So,
Because they do
yeah.
have a brewery down there too.
The Brewery Exchange in Tustin.
Only local's gonna get that one.
Dude, I've been referencing old local commercials so much lately and realizing that like I'm way fucking old. Nobody remembers any of that shit.
Dude, do you guys remember the LJ Snowford jingle from back?
LJ Snow and Ford. No,
Do. Snow's
don't.
the place for you. Do.
Don't know that one.
isn't it Snow's the place to go?
LJ Snowford. Do. I don't know. It's a bad one.
I'm gonna say that
I grew up in
did
the IE,
recognize
so
that
like all
reference.
those stupid jingles for car places.
Oh,
Well, you
God.
wouldn't have got a lemon.
Lacadena and Laurel in the heart of Carson. No.
LJ Snow and
Oh
Ford.
yeah. I
That's
know
it.
you-
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, now I remember it.
There you
yeah.
go.
Snow's the place to go.
I know exactly.
I-
Like, I know
LJ
that
I still know
Lacadena
the
and Laurel.
address of fucking Cerritos Auto Square for some reason. Yeah, it's 605 at South Street. There you go.
So 58 South Street. Do, 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 do.
It's amazing how well that works.
Like jingles are so
Powerful.
30 years ago, I heard the address of fucking Cerritos Auto Square, and I'm like,
Jason,
well, if I
who's
need a
the
car,
old dude in Fontana that sold cars?
Rotolo Chevrolet.
Rotolo.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
He'd be like, everything I wanted, I found at Rotolo Chevrolet. That's their thing. Yeah. They're still here. They ran commercials with the old guy like
Dying.
for a while, but
Yeah. It was kind of sad towards the end because he was just like, I'm here.
Ah, who are
Cal
you?
Worthington and his dog Spot.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Go see cow, go see cow, go see cow.
Does Tim get
And when I
any
was
of
a
these
kid,
references?
when I was a
A
kid, I
couple.
always sang pussy cow, and my mom was like, "It's not pussy cow."
Yeah, I think a lot of people did that. The go see cow, they got real loose with, you know.
Pussy
Yeah.
cow. It's not a pussy cow.
Speaking of not a pussy cow, I got one more beer.
Is
We're
that,
having fun
that looks like
um,
modern times, but I know it's not. Is it? Shit, it is.
This
for
is
a
some modern
relaxing
times.
time.
In celebration of their not going to a shithead brewery.
That's right. Modern Times, bought
Thank
by a
God.
company that doesn't suck. Yeah, this is Monsters Park Imperial Stout aged in Nicaraguan rum barrels.
Ooh,
with-
that cap looks super dirty.
it
Was
is
this a cellar pull, Jason?
I left it in a cooler and it got rusty.
Oh,
It was in a cooler for like a day. and
Ooh,
it
that's
got
gonna
rust
make
under
it
the
tasty.
can.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't think it got in the beer. Probably.
call up Garrett and send it back.
When's the last time you
Um,
had your tetanus shot?
But yeah, cinnamon, cocoa, chili, vanilla. It's like a Mexican hot chocolate thing.
And rust.
And look, the rest isn't in the beer.
Rust.
It's on the fucking bottle.
But if you take
piece
the
of
cap
shit.
off, you never know what's gonna fall.
No cap.
Wait, what do you mean?
Brother,
Exactly.
don't die on your birthday of rust poisoning.
Seriously.
It's like you're
That's not a thing.
licking a nail. Like,
Yeah.
There's not rest on the inside of the cap. It's
I'm
only
more
on the
concerned
outer
about it
parts.
falling off the outside into
All right, the cap
bottle.
looks clean. I give you a pass.
Okay. All right.
I've had a cap that looked like a dirty butthole before, and that was just from the gross beer from Nebraska inside.
Are you wait, you sure was that a long night? You sure it was a bottle of beer?
No, it was on this goddamn show. I remember. I had a Black Betty from Nebraska Brewing, name and shame,
Bam-a-lam.
and that cap looked like a fucking straight up beehole, and the beer was terrible.
Oh, that's sad.
This beer is pretty old. It's in my cellar, which means it's been there for several years, and it's got a lot of spice on it still. There's some heat on it, like a good amount of heat, not like a habanero sculpin, but it's actually kind of spicy.
Yeah, typically with a beer with all these adjuncts, I mean, you got cacao nibs, cinnamon, vanilla beans, chilies. You want to drink that semi-fresh. you know,
I should have.
but I'm glad to hear that it's holding up. You know,
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not really oxidized all that much. I think the vanilla has fallen out pretty heavily, and the cinnamon and chili are doing a lot of the lifting now. It's also just boozy. I think this beer is like fucking 15% or something ridiculous.
Oh, really?
15.8.
Oh, that's a lot of ABVs.
Yeah. So
It's your birthday, though. So,
yeah, there you go.
you can
It's
enjoy
a
that.
celebration. And yeah, it's holding up pretty good. Good on you, Modern Times. I don't usually like big stouts like this.
Dude, my
but,
him is beard. Him is beard. Him is beers.
Beer.
It's good. It's a little thin. That's my only complaint. But I mean, you get Beechwood together in a room with Chapman Crafted, and they're gonna pull together some a good quality beer. It's super easy to drink, just crushable, and those Nelson Sauvin hops and Nectarone, which I've never had before. I definitely pull out more than Nelson. It's got that like diesel-y, not so much gooseberry. It's definitely like you're hanging out by an airport, the Nectarone sort of like rounds it out in the finish, like you're smelling like maybe some dank peaches.
There
But,
was
it was good.
I remember there was I don't know if they did it in Northern, but Sierra Nevada had their like estate something. Where
Oh,
it was like the
Estate's always
southern
good.
southern hemisphere
Mhm.
beer. I don't think they ever did it in Northern. I think it was very specific Southern, but it was like something estate Southern Hemisphere. I think they specifically like use Southern Hemisphere hops.
Those are really cool. Yeah. Essentially, you're getting, they fly down there and hand select whatever that's going to go in that beer, and it goes right in. So you're getting like exactly what those hops are going to express. Yeah, it's a fun little beer. I like it.
This beer is surprisingly not thick and sweet. It is very much a beer flavored stout that happens to have other flavors in it. It's actually really fucking good. It feels like it's almost like a bygone era of beer, but they didn't crank up the fucking sweet in this. Wow, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, you don't see that. I think as often the like. I don't know. I don't see so much of like this super adjunct, like,
Dude,
Mexican hot chocolate
Brewery
craziness.
Bottle Logic still pulling those out.
Well, sure. I mean, they're
Leche
the
Mole. Brewery's doing all the Black Tuesday variants. Speaking of Black Tuesday, is like next week or this Tuesday.
shrug.
Oh my God. Really? Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Damn, that flew by quick.
A friend of mine
that,
invited
yeah.
me, but I'm like, I can't drink Black Tuesday on a Tuesday night and then get home in my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get invited to Saturday on I think it's next at the 29th. We got invited to the Black Tuesday party, but that's the same night as the Orange County Brewers Guild Fest that some of us are going to go to.
Right.
Oh, yeah, let me make sure that's on my calendar, by the way.
That's exciting.
This is real good fucking podcasting right now.
Well, I got one more beer, but I'm not gonna.
We're cranking over an hour and 12 now.
Yeah, I'm saving
we're
my
at a
last
time
one.
limit, and honestly, there's a little bit of D on this beer, so I'd rather not talk about it. 'Cause I'd like to end on
Does anybody
name
get the
name
D?
drop the
positive
brewer.
note.
Name drop the brewery.
Almanac.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry, Jesse.
Not Jesse's
Has nothing
problem.
to do with
Jesse's
it.
a crypto bro now, so
He's like 3 industries past beer now.
yeah. So
He's like,
it's,
crypto's over. I'm into runes now.
oh, now we're talking about it. All right, fine. This is 11 from Almanac, and it's
The Stranger Things inspired beer.
IPA with Nelson and Motueka hops. It's a hazy. This is what it looks like. It's got some D on it. Don't buy it. Sorry, Almanac. Nothing against you, but there's D
Beer's
in the
not
beer.
great.
So,
Fuck. This beer is spicy and doesn't taste boozy at all, which is wild for 16%.
guys, I saw Anchor
Jason's gonna fucking
Merry
Fucking
Christmas,
John.
Happy New Year at La Bodega today.
Oh,
It's already there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot. I got to get that.
Meanwhile, we're not going to get Celebration for 2 more fucking months. And people in
No,
Chicago are
it's already
drinking it
shown up.
tomorrow.
I think you got a week or two, Jason, then you'll see Celebration. So
I
was just like,
get
oh
that
wow,
it's
there's
out,
Merry
like,
Christmas.
I
Like,
feel like whatever the distribution is with fucking Sierra Nevada, like we get their beer in Southern California like 2 months late. It's
no,
like
they've gotten better.
everyone in Chicago is like, I've gone through my 4th case of Celebration, and then I'm just like, I haven't fucking seen it yet, except for at Costco where they have 85 cases of it.
Well, they officially announced it on Twitter today. So
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Give
And
your-
now,
no.
2 months after everyone else gets it, we get it.
No, stop it. It's gonna be
Warehouse
like
aged.
2 or 3 weeks at the most.
Warehouse age. The beer stands up to 5 months.
See,
Like-
no, you can cellar that shit. I
They're
have
gonna put it in a
Celebration
wildfire.
Sully's
from
good,
10
dude.
years ago in my closet. So
Yeah, that's.
I'll never forget
questionable.
going up to Chico and drinking a pitcher of Celebration all by myself.
Oh, jealous.
mm,
Just
No.
a full.
I'm gonna
I think it
drink
was
a
4 pints.
95 Bigfoot tonight
What's
for my
that?
birthday.
Wait,
beer
you're
from
gonna.
Sierra Nevada.
Oh,
You should drink it on the
95
show, my man.
95
From
Bigfoot.
1995.
For a second, I thought you were talking about a monster truck.
No, that'd be sick though. Like I'm getting to drive the 1995 edition of Bigfoot the
I
Monster
was like,
Truck.
wait a second.
It's
I know
like
you like cars, but
it's like
damn.
the
That,
older
that would
Ford
track
Ranger
with
body.
Jason in his
Yeah.
interests,
Yeah.
though, so.
That would be pretty sick.
I wouldn't put it past. He's gonna drive the Bigfoot while drinking a Bigfoot, but it's gonna be on a closed course.
Oh,
so it'll
Jason,
be okay.
you need to do that one day.
What
Drink
drink
a
and drive?
Bigfoot.
No, never do that.
I'm
That is
not
not-
saying that. Drink a Bigfoot but somehow also drive a Bigfoot.
He could ride in a Bigfoot. Is there a passenger
How about
seat?
that? Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Could
Just
you duct tape him to the fake back?
holding
It's
a
in
like
a
a
sippy
pint
cup.
glass? Yeah, it'd have to be because they do flips. And shit.
Sippy cup.
But have you seen? No, but no.
We'll buy
I-
Jason a GoPro just to have like a dash cam for him drinking a Bigfoot while riding a
Bigfoot
Bigfoot.
and a Bigfoot.
I gotta
find
go to
the
say, have
Bigfoot
you-
guy.
I go to say, have you guys seen? And I realize it's not the audience. There's like a TikTok trend for people that they basically like stack a whole bunch of to-go cups full of water and drive over speed bumps, and it's fucking stupid. But that's what I'm picturing.
Why?
I don't because
I-
you want to get viral.
I mean, I watch TikTok
wouldn't watch
stuff,
that.
but I haven't seen that one. I usually most of my TikToks are about like Midwest emo or fucking
Midwest emo,
yeah, that's pretty much it.
happy place.
Though, like it's videos of guys doing like noodling solos on guitars while there's like a clip of somebody yelling or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's every Midwest emo intro. It's just like some random clip of yelling on the street, and then they play a riff over it.
And it's like, God fucking damn it. That's great. Me and Tim are in a happy place. John and Greg are like, what the fuck's going
I
on?
have no
No,
idea
I'm
what's
down.
happening.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
John, see, that's the thing though. Like, I think Greg's a little outside. John's more on the pop punk, and
Dude,
you,
I've been.
I don't know where you, Jason. I feel like you're eclectic as fuck, but like,
That's right.
I think we vibe.
I
on
contain
the,
multitudes because I'm fat.
Greg is definitely more classic
Indie.
Orange County punk rock.
Well, he's more
indie
Gen
kinda
X
thing.
than the rest.
Yeah,
of us.
I mean that's my backbone. But these days I'm like indie pop punk, not pop punk, but I've been into like
Indie
Caroline
pop punk, is that a thing?
Caroline Rose, Spoon, that sort of vibe.
I respect yeah.
Caroline Rose is so good, dude.
we can't go into music because John's gonna go down a rabbit.
I'm just
hole
gonna say
here.
Blink and Tom DeLonge coming back. You know, thank you,
that new song was whack.
Skiba, for your service. Jason, I don't want to fucking hear it, and we're ending the show now.
All right, I'll stop recording.
I didn't like the new song at all.
It's mediocre at best. You're right, but it was
are we
like,
gonna stop?
there's Tom.
I'm stopping.
And
I'm
yeah,
stopped,
you
yeah.
can stop. You can stop. It sounds like Tom, but like not like late era Blink Tom.
Did I send you that video
got
where he's
old.
just like, it's like one day after listening to Blink 182,
Oh yeah,
1 week
Where
after
are
listening to
you?
Blink 182, 2 weeks after listening to Blink 182,
yeah. 3 weeks after listening, where are you?
and I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
You can't make fun. Like, I don't know. I'm not a singer, but I've been in
No,
bands.
he's got his own thing, and that's
And you-
fine.
you-
I don't
you-
have a problem with it.
I'm the noted Tom supporter of the group here, by the way.
Oh, dude.
He's fine.
So,
I
which
think
is
it's great.
it's a weird reversal now because John's excited for Tom to be back, but I've been the Tom guy this whole time.
Angels
I was
and
never
Airwaves was
anti
great.
He's been
Tom.
like, Tom sucks. I like Mark. Mark's got better vocals. I'm like, I don't know. I think I like Tom. I like Angels and Airwaves. I like their
oh
vibe.
well, Mark has better vocals, but Tom coming back is like a throwback. And it's
Is
like,
this
ah.
what you want?
Jason, I have a
kinda-
question. for you.
Yeah, I do. I don't want Angels and Airwaves Tom in Blink. I want the Tom now.
You're
And
not
he
gonna
sounds more
get it.
nasally now, and he sounds older, which is
Yeah,
weird.
because he's fucking older.
I know
We're
that,
all older,
Tim.
John.
They're like
Jesus
30.
Christ. I know.
No,
that,
they're like
Tim.
45, dude.
Really? All right.
They're in their 50s. Are you kidding me?
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Jason,
Hold on. How old
Do
is
I
fucking
sound different
Mark
than I did?
Hoppus?
When we first started the show, I need to go back and listen to old shows. And
Okay.
be like, what's Nagel sound like in episode 1?
All right,
I
Mark
sound
is
fat.
50.
Like I said,
we were.
Mark is Mark is 50, dude.
beer.
Tom is 46.
This
How-
beer.
Jason, how old's Tom?
Tom is 46. Mark is 50.
All right. Well,
What?
Tom's my age. then.
Travis
All right.
Barker's like 5 years older than me. It's like
He's
I knew
living his
dudes
best
who-
life. He's
I
like,
went to high
guys-
school with
You guys
dudes that
survived
went
a
to high
plane
school with him.
crash.
Yeah, he's 46 and I'm 41 as of today. So yeah.
Congrats. Jason, can I ask you a car question?
Yeah.
Because I'm the guy who wants to ask you instead of Googling.
Nah, it's cool. I like it.
All right. So on on normal cars, your wheels are straight up and down, but on some people who have weird tricked out cars, it looks like their their wheels are at like a 45-degree angle. Why is that?
camber, bro.
Stance boys, baby.
I don't understand.
So
It looks like
it's
their
like
car's
a-
broken.
It's like a cartoonish mimicking of how drift cars are set up. So drift cars are set up with negative camber because they need it because they slide sideways all the time.
This is
and-
camber on your
Yeah.
wheels.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
And like as just kind of like a visual, it's like an approximation, but like it's exaggerated to the point of becoming a parody that just the 25-year-old fucking poser kids just take their car and they tilt their wheels to where they're fucking at a crazy angle.
Does that also
It-
come into
It
play
makes
with like
everything
how
about
much
your
you
car worse.
Yeah, but it also like with how if you lower your car, the negative camber will also like make the wheels tuck into the wheel wells kind of thing
Yeah,
too.
it's all about a look. That
Yeah.
look is like a Hot Wheel that your mom stepped on accident.
Yes, that is
Um,
it exactly.
And like I don't know, it's pretty typical cranky old guy to hate that shit, but yeah, like I fucking hate that shit. I'm all fine for like the drift shit boxes and like other stuff, but like yeah, that negative camber stance thing is
Got
fucking
it.
trash.
I'm like indifferent on whether I care, but I saw one last night which reminded me, and I've seen it around, and I'm always like, why does your car look fucking busted? So
Yeah, it's what the youths do on cars these days. So
Okay.
as an old, it's my duty to not like it, but
alrighty.
yeah,
you.
it's trash. It doesn't help the car in any way. It's just all an aesthetic thing.
Okay.
It wears your tires out because literally like
Yeah.
just a strip of your tires on the ground. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
wear that out and it makes your car steer worse and ride worse and brake worse and
I mean,
accelerate worse.
I feel like 80% of doing shit to your car is just aesthetic.
I don't know. I mean, there's always like some element of it being a performance mod, right? Like even the stance shit is like mimicking being a drift car, but they're not being a drift car. They're like doing it to an extreme, so it makes it not do anything at all, right?
Yeah.
Same with like lowering, right? Like race cars are lower, but then guys are like, yeah, but I can get my car even lower, and then it makes it fucking useless.
Well, I also hear you go faster if you have a larger spoiler.
Well, you can
bigger
turn better.
The bigger the spoiler, the faster your car goes.
It's true. It adds 5 horsepower.
Yeah. Okay.
Every inch of spoiler. Dude, there was a picture. Do you know what the Charger Daytona is? Or the Superbird?
No, but I'm looking. Oh yeah, like the old school.
Yeah, yeah. It's
The
from
super long
1970.
thing with the
Yeah.
fin that like connects the two. Yeah.
It's got a gigantic wing on it, like a 3-foot tall wing.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen this.
The crazy thing is though, it was a functional wing. That car was designed with like NASA engineers to go 200 miles an hour in 1969. And it was the first car to do 200 miles an hour in NASCAR. But that wing is actually bolted through the car to the frame. And the reason it's so tall is because the trunk wouldn't open if it was any shorter.
Yeah.
But in the hurricane that happened in Florida recently, a bunch of people's garages and shit got flooded.
Yeah.
And somebody's garage with one of those got flooded and it flipped over. And what's funny is the car is laying on its wing and the fenders and shit are bent, but the wing is fucking still sitting on the ground. Those things are so goddamn strong that the car broke before the wing did.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I know exactly that style that you're talking about. That's wild.
See, you fucked up. You asked me car shit.
No, it's fine. I don't care. I don't know shit about
I'll rant
cars.
about cars all the time.
I look at a car and I'm like, ooh, that looks pretty, or ooh, that has a cool function. I don't know anything else. I'm like, ooh, I like Rivian because it's not Tesla.
Dude, have you seen the Ioniq 5?
Yes, I have, and that thing looks pretty cool. It looks like a toy, but
it's
also,
like an oversized rally car. It's really cool.
It's a Hyundai car, no?
Yeah, the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Things cool
I was looking
shit.
at one of those, but they have like a 6-month waiting list, and they're marking up like 10 grand
That's every car
It's
right now.
crazy.
Like literally every car, if you go to a deal, like
Yeah.
drive by a new car dealership, it's getting a little better, but there's still like
Empty as shit.
half, mostly empty. It's wild.
My dad bought a new Tacoma, a 2023 Tacoma, and
A coma.
yes.
It's a bad name for a car.
He bought a coma, and they were like, all right, well, it's a 5.5% interest rate, blah blah blah, and he's like, well, I'm gonna put down like 25 grand, and I'm like, yeah, we don't care, it's still the same,
Yeah.
like there's no deals, and he's like, well, why? And I was like, supply and demand. You want a truck? You're gonna wait for it, and you're gonna pay the price. Like, all right. And coming from my dad, I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
So
Right.
he was like,
I,
yeah, I
uh,
signed on for the interest rate, and I'm fine.
Yeah, don't buy a car right now if you can help it. But
Hey.
in like a year, it should settle out.
Tim's fading out.
He's uploading his
Sorry, Jason.
audio.
Happy birthday.
Cheese,
Oh,
bro.
is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say happy birthday. Love you guys. I'll catch you later. Hopefully that goes
All right,
through.
bye, Tim.
It's like your
Bye,
birthday
Tim.
every day.
See y'all.
See you, buddy. I'm dog sitting.
Oh, okay.
There's like 4 dogs here.
All right, I'm gonna try to fix my camera right now. Now that
You
I've
look
got this-
fine.
Well,
now
for
that I've got
one,
this dark
like,
mode hack, well,
the-
I had to turn off the auto exposure because it would blow me the fuck out because of the monitor. But now that I
Oh.
fixed the monitor, I think I can fix the exposure thing.
All right, go for it. We're here.
Fixing it. Chew your beers right. Don't buy a car right now. Fuck it. Whoa.
Oh my God. Deception.
That's wild.
Who did that?
me. Georgie.
No, my dad bought the truck.
your
And
ass
he's like, I don't care. I want a new truck. So he has the money to pay it off, but you know,
That's
he's
what
like,
they're
well,
relying
I'm,
on,
I'm
right?
gonna spend other people's money, and you know, whatever. I don't care. I'm old.
The
I'm like,
top of
alright.
your camera, Jason, there's like a huge white line.
Yeah, it's the there's like a lip on my fucking
There's a lip.
desk. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. All
Yeah.
right.
I'd have to get
That might
creative
be
to get
fucking
around
up
that.
your exposure.
Let's try this.
Okay.
It's a whole different angle. It's wild now. Oh, it's kind of better.
It is. That solved.
Yeah, that was probably the problem. It was looking at that bright light.
Well, also, I don't have auto exposure on because the thing. Actually, let me try to fix that. Give me 1 sec. I may have to.
The
log out and log
camera
back
also
in.
breathes. It's like. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I just saw it.
Yeah,
right now,
yeah.
yeah.
And the other thing is, you don't get that. Have deep breaths. You don't have like that smooth 60 FPS.
Well, all right. Be right back.
Where are you going?
He's gonna reset.
Okay.
In his beer.
Georgie. Fucking dog. I'm surprised the dog found its way in. He was in the backyard. And I put up one of those magnet screens on our back door to keep like bugs out. And we could just like, it's like a screen thing that has a magnet in the middle.
Yeah,
So you can just walk out and it automatically seals itself shut.
right.
And so most of the dogs have figured it out, except for one of them. That's like, it's like
It's barking.
yeah, he's like, help! I'm stuck. Like, dude, just go through the bottom, just go through the middle. And this dog is such an asshole that if you try and touch him, he will fucking bite you. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not helping you, dude. I'm not.
We got a
getting
new
bit.
cat.
Oh yeah,
His name's Vinny. Like we put Marco to
Vinny.
sleep.
Vinny Trillerzo.
Yeah, indirectly, yes. But we had to put our cat Marco to sleep on
Oh, Marco.
9/11 because, like, he got up and he couldn't walk. His back legs weren't working, and oh, I'm gonna cry thinking about it.
Oh, that's tough.
But this
kitty.
cat is the most cuddliest cat ever. Like he at night, okay. So if the lights are on, he is up and doing his kitten bullshit.
Mm,
Once the lights go off, he jumps in the bed and he'll pick someone he wants to sleep
and
with,
he's out.
and he'll like sleep on your neck or something,
Yeah.
or like you can take him, and if he's on your neck and it's uncomfortable, just pick him up and like throw him in your armpit, and he's like, okay, that's cool. And then you might get uncomfortable and then go sleep with Yvonne, who's right next door to me.
Yeah.
And such a great little cat.
Dude,
And
that's how Millie is, our dog. She's like, once she goes to bed, she's like out for the night. I love that.
yeah, and the
Like,
cat
no playing, don't fuck with me. She's like, she's the
cat's
dog.
out
I love
until
that.
4:30 in the morning, and then 4:30 gets up, or 4:30 comes around, cat gets up, and he's like, all right, I'm up. And he's learning how to meow to get food.
Meow.
And Yvonne doesn't feed the cats and the animals until 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, but such a great little cat. Like,
Love that.
oh, got lucky. And it's a rescue from a shelter, and you never know what you're gonna get.
What's up, DJ Tusk?
So,
Oh, dog, come on.
DJ Tusk.
DJ Tusk in the mix. Yeah, I'm stoked to go to Texas. I haven't been really. I mean, I've driven through the state before, but I've never like hung out in Texas.
Yeah, I've never been. So,
And Austin seems like a cool town.
well, that's a town for all the libs. So,
I don't know. I'm not there for the libs. I'm not there for the pubs. We're there
all right,
to
Jason.
drink some whiskey.
Okay, that's better.
it
That's
can
better.
really kind of adjust now.
Who Garden? Who was drinking Who Garden in 2022? Jason on his birthday.
That's right. They say it's like my birthday every day.
Oh, we got somebody from Florida in the chat.
Oh, sorry about what we said about Florida. We didn't mean you.
I have close friends that lived in Florida, and even they're like, fuck Florida. This place sucks.
I'm fine with Florida. I've never been, so how can I judge it? All I read about is the like the Florida man stuff and the weird politics, and yeah, the news coming out of Florida, not the best.
How they're instrumental in
Although
destroying
They're
democracy.
Florida's
Great.
starting to sell fucking weed at gas stations.
Oh, that's
That also sounds very
Convenient.
Florida.
Circle K, Circle K in Florida is going to be the first places to sell weed that aren't like dedicated weed stores.
yeah.
I kind of like that. But
Dude,
what's
it's
the
funny-
what's the quality of the weed from a Circle K in
I
Florida?
hope it's got to be
It's
good.
Probably fine. I bet it's 10 times better than whatever people got in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, there's dirt weed. There's shit people grow in their backyards. It's
Every
You know.
complaint I hear from old guys now is that like weed is too good. They're like, weed's all strong now. You can't smoke weed. You get all fucked up.
no joke. I just had a conversation the other night with a bunch of old dudes.
Yeah, old guys are just like, you can't even smoke a joint
Yeah, I
anymore.
just
You
can't
get
even,
all
Like
fucking
one hit, and I'm like fucking crawling to bed.
Maybe it has something to do with your age. I don't
No,
know.
it's just the weed's actually way better now.
Yeah, a combination of both, I think.
There's like a actual like I'm not a goddamn weed expert. I know
You're
very
not a
little about weed.
scientist, a
But
horticulturist.
the potency of modern like lab grown, like actual like commercially grown weed is like an order of magnitude higher than it was in the old days.
Oh,
So-
absolutely.
for sure.
But
There's way more actual THC content in modern weed, as I've heard.
your age
scares me.
does play a part, though. Like your tolerance for.
I don't know. Snoop
dude,
Dogg's
my-
what, 50 something? He gets high all the time. Willie Nelson's
My-
88 years
Well,
old.
he'd like you to think that, but he might be having to
My
cut down.
wife,
Nah.
Erin,
My wife.
dude, she
My
has
wife.
the highest tolerance of weed that I mean, I don't do any weed, so. But a friend of mine,
She like doing
works-
bong
works
rips
in
and
the-
stuff, or
I mean, she does it for pain to manage pain management and go to sleep and stuff.
cool.
But a friend of
Alright.
ours gave us like she works for a cannabis beverage company, and she gave us this like little tiny vial of stuff. She's like, just do like a cap full, and that's like I hallucinated off of that. Whatever.
Yes,
Like,
cap.
The chick who works for the company, and she's like, Aaron's like, I did the cap and nothing happened. So I drank half the bottle and I felt a little something. And then so I finished the whole bottle and then I actually got a little relief from it. Like, Jesus Christ. Homegirl, like, she's got her I don't do the weeds.
DJ Tusk.
I mean, I used to. It's not like I'm down on it or anything. Like
dude, chew
I
your beer.
spent a good 10 years of my life smoking weed, but that's a long time ago.
Weed's a good way to deal with the terrible world now without being hungover in the morning, so that helps. But Chew Your Beer brought up Elysian IPA. So I would like to discuss, and this we should probably discuss this on the show proper one day, how Space Dust has become the value beer option at any event.
Really?
Yeah. Like
any event. What do you mean any event?
Like I was at a concert last Sunday and they had like 5 beers.
Yes.
And
it's no longer Golden Road doesn't exist.
Space Dust was the same price as fucking Modelo. And I'm like, I can get an 8.5% IPA for the same price as a Modelo.
Absolutely.
Dude,
Take that.
And then I drank 6 of them and I had a real rough Monday. Let's just say that.
Wow. Well, you need more gummies in your life.
You know, I had a mix, but drinking a bunch of Space Dust at a Sunday night concert is not the best way to be productive on a Monday.
You should do the Modelo on a Sunday night.
Yeah, but for the same price, you can get a Space Dust. It's an IPA, tastes better.
Yeah, but goddamn,
it's 8.5%. And I took an Uber, so I was like, well.
But I agree with
just
Jason on this. Like,
Dust.
if you're going to a concert and you're paying $15 for a beer, you might as well get
your bang for the buck, right?
Well, not even alcohol wise. Like, get something that tastes better. Not that Modelo tastes bad, but I don't know.
How's the Space Dust in 2022?
It's fine.
It's malty for a modern IPA. It's still
it's Oregon based.
It's pretty
right?
brown. Elysian is Washington. They're a Seattle brewery, I think, initially, but
Pacific Northwest.
It is an old school IPA, so it looks kind of like a Sierra Nevada when you pour it. But it's got a decent hoppiness, decent bitterness, but it's just an old IPA. It's just an older recipe, so it doesn't have that bright, fresh flavor that you get out of modern IPA, but it's still good.
Yeah, I feel like if you're at a concert or something, it's like, oh, there's an IPA, I'll get that. You know, it's name recognition
and then at the Wu-Tang show, they had Space Dust there too. It's the AB option that you get for an IPA. The movie theater by me has Space Dust. It's the one IPA they have. So like Space Dust has become kind of like the replacement for like, I don't know, like Lagunitas IPA.
Yeah, I was going to say Lagunitas. Yeah.
Which is actually, they've held on. They're on a lot of places too, but
I'd take Lagunitas IPA over Space Dust IPA any day. Like,
but for the same price, one of them is 2% more alcohol by volume.
Okay, if you're looking at it from that point of view, then
if you're trying to get more drunk for less money,
where you're coming from.
Yeah. It was like the same price for like White Claw, Modelo, Space Dust, and like fucking Mango Cart. And I'm like, all right, I know my choice.
Yeah. Your best bet's to go to a concert venue where you can go like within walking distance to a place that serves good beer and just like have fun before the show, and then go to the show and maybe have a Modelo. Nothing wrong with Modelo.
Yeah, I went to Pixels and I got a couple of decent beers there.
And call it a night. I don't know.
Also, my like Art Laboe fucking weird modern soul oldies concert was a fucking blast.
Art Laboe, like the DJ or the announcer that just died.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. To a lot of people that grew up in Southern California, if I'm like, yeah, like Art Laboe music,
Okay,
people are like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like the kind of
music, I do. But you went to a concert, like
I went to like an oldies concert, but it was new bands.
When?
Sunday.
Oh, in tribute to Art Laboe.
Well, they had a big thing about Art Laboe, but it's just that style of music. Like they had a big banner that was like, in loving memory of Art Laboe, because like all right. He kind of popularized that style, or not popularized, but he is a big part of that kind of stuff being popular in like the SoCal culture. It's such a weird show to describe, even people from here, but especially people who aren't from here. It's like oldies like from the 60s that are kind of like soul, but they're modern bands. It was really fun though. It's great.
Like oldies music, especially in like the Mexican Hispanic culture, that's like a big thing. It's always been a big thing.
Yeah. So this
know?
show was like, imagine if you bought a CD at a gas station in 2001 that had a Smile Now, Cry Later on it.
Yeah.
This show was that kind of music.
That's cool.
But like new bands that play it. And it was dope. It was weird seeing like local bands that had like 50-year-old dudes playing guitar because they were just like, they're not like, you know, youths or whatever. It was cool. It was fun as hell.
Yeah, it's gonna be me one day.
And
if I ever
also,
play guitar again.
these fuckers, I will tell you this. Here's how popular it was. They sold out RMA so fast on Saturday that they added a Sunday show that also sold out in less than a week.
Wow.
So the showcase for this record label that is just these kind of bands sold out 2 nights in Riverside at the RMA, which is a 2,000 seat arena.
And I'm happy that
2,000 seat
RMA
venue.
is selling out. Like
Yeah.
it's still it seems like it's a healthy venue.
Yeah, and
Even for like
I
modern
spent like
bands.
$80 just buying Space Dust from them.
Yeah. Well I don't want to, but
They're doing all right.
like I'm gonna support Riverside, even if I move to Menifee, which according to Greg is a man fart. I don't know.
Man fart, man queef.
Yeah. Still a Riverside dude.
So next Saturday, you guys down to do the thing? If not, don't worry about it.
I'm actually super down. It sounds fun.
Okay, cool.
Were we gonna
Like-
try to do a show or just hang out, or what
So
are we gonna do?
If it's John looks super hesitant, so I'm
Well-
thinking it's just going to be the two of us.
In light of recent events, it seems like they wanted us to record at the place.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring my Zoom and my Orca bag, and I'm gonna bring two mics and
Greg,
we're
if
gonna
you
have off
want
the
to
cuff.
do this, I am
Yeah,
down as
we'll bang
fuck
it.
for you to do this.
I'm banging that out, and I'll make a show. We'll make
But
a show.
Jason and
will
Greg,
make a show.
yeah, do it.
That'd be the funnest fucking show. It'd be great.
I just my schedule has been fucked.
There's I want to talk to the dudes at RIP who killed it at GABF, and we want to talk to all the people who are just doing some cool shit. So
Greg, if you want to do that and just send me
It'll
the
be
stuff
fun.
to edit down
Yeah.
to a show, I will
What time is
absolutely do
it
that.
next week?
it's at 6 p.m.
Okay, I have it on my calendar at 6.
It's in Santa Ana at the Heritage Museum, and
Aiden has a band practice, so it may just be me, but like I will definitely head out. That sounds fucking fun. So,
yeah, I mean, and if
and
we
I'm
don't get
tired of being
content,
in my
too-
goddamn house.
yeah, same. And
So-
it'll be a good little fest. There's it's all Orange County breweries bringing their A game, so
Are they doing some Halloween shit?
yeah, it's a dress up thing too.
Oh fuck! All right, I'll do a thing. I think I still have some old costume shit that I can put together.
I was gonna dress up as somebody who has Contard syndrome.
What? What is Contard?
Look it up.
Okay.
Contard syndrome.
I don't know
I
what's
will.
Contard you.
It's the easiest low budget costume ever. It's just I have Contard syndrome.
Apparently, I don't know this. Contard.
Contard syndrome.
Are we offending a group of people?
Nope, not at all.
I mean,
Maybe
the
goths.
Tard is probably not super chill in
It's not.
2022, the year of our Lord.
It's the name of an actual syndrome. I'm not making it up.
Yeah, but it's like it's a playoff retard, which people are trying to not say anymore.
Oh, sorry, it's Cotard.
I mean, it's still the tard part. I think is a problem.
It's a mental delusion where you feel like you're dead, and
Oh, okay. That's
don't-
named after a person. All right, Greg,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
off the fucking hook on
Okay.
this one.
yeah,
Woo!
I've done. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not insinuating anybody has a mental.
Yeah, I'd address
you.
as a libtard.
That's the best. I'm gonna go as a Brewery X fan. Wear a Let's Go Brandon shirt and
So every stripe of the American flag
Ameri-
means something else.
American flag.
That's every Hangar 24 fucking custom.
Like we're gonna get to the point where every star is a different color. To, you know,
It's the best.
To be like,
Figure
this one's
something
for the
out.
Marines killing you. This one's for the Navy killing you. This one's for cops killing you.
Anyway, yeah, let's call it though.
no, Greg, if you want to do that with Jason, I'm not gonna go, but I will. That's
fucking
awesome.
down,
If you want to
dude.
record it and like do a
All right,
thing,
I'll bring my.
I may
That's
sleep
awesome.
at your
I'll
house,
bring my
but I'm
Zoom.
down.
What's that?
I may sleep on your couch, but I'm down.
Oh, we have a camper. You can sleep in the camper.
Fuck yeah, I'll sleep out there. I can fill it with my
And-
farts.
Here's the thing too: is like normally a beer festival, I'm like 2 hours in, I'm good to go home.
Yeah.
Like I've had all the good shit. By
Plus, if I go around with Greg, Greg knows literally every person in Orange County. So
Pretty
it'd
much.
be
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
hey there, this guy from this place. You want to talk about this? And I'll be like,
accurate.
I got some opinions too. I'm Greg's
yeah.
friend.
Get the audio
Accurate.
and you know, I'll edit it down.
Yeah, I'll set up
Make
the
it work.
Orca bag with 3 mics, so we can have one for a guest and us two.
Cool.
No headphones. We're just gonna be like,
Just monitor
just
the
banging it
know,
out.
the levels. Make
Right,
sure
right.
no one's clipping and
no one's
it'll be
yelling.
fine.
Hey,
If you were an IPA, would you drink yourself? I would.
hey,
Hey,
yeah.
get someone on
Yeah.
audio saying, "Hey."
It's the judicial system.
If the moon were made of cream cheese, would you eat it?
All right.
Hey,
Are
It's
we
a
done?
delicious dip.
Are we done?
yeah.
Thank
I
you
don't know
to
if you
everyone
noticed.
hanging out.
Thanks to 2 people for hanging out.
If
I've
we
changed
got-
my name throughout the entire show, which is hilarious.
I don't think we got any new people on Twitch, but that's fine.
Hey, we got DJ Tusk who stopped in and said hello, which I appreciate.
DJ Tuss.
Oh, shout out to Greg, OC Beer. Subscribe to Tier 1 for 19 months. So thanks, Greg.
That's me.
Yeah.
Only because I keep forgetting to unsubscribe.
So we're not going to be live next weekend because they're going to the OC thing, and so let's plan on November. How about that?
Sounds good. And with that,
Right.
I will see you homies later.
Peace
Have a good weekend.
out.
Cheese, bro.